Hi guys, welcome to another lecture on CS 575. This time we basically will be dealing with the AR model only. So we have seen in the previous class with respect to ARIMA. So ARIMA is defined as with three parameters P, D. This gives the order of differencing, and Q. Q basically gives the ACF term. P gives the partial autocorrelation form. So we say that the AR1 model, right? So AR1 means we have only the AR component and no differencing and no MA component. So we define this as YT, C plus psi1 YT minus 1 and ET. So if you see the previous formula that we saw in the previous slide, it was in this form. YT, this the above one is for AR and the below is for MA. Fine. So here what happens is, so as you know, AR model sees the previous time lag series. So you can see that YT and we have YT minus 1, right? So obviously from the equation itself, you can see that this is a AR model, right? And we have a C here. You can actually map this C to like this. Let me just change the color. So you can map this C to beta naught and ET to the error term, right? So now you see why this is AR1, because we are taking only the first lagged values. So what is the first lag value? The first lag value is y minus 1, which basically comes here. So beta 1 and psi 1, you can just say it is similar, and yt minus 1. Similarly, what will be AR2? We will consider two terms, right? So when we take AR2, this term also will come into the picture, right? So the value of autoregressive coefficient psi1 is between -1 and 1, right? So these are the standard values. So now what happens? So for example, an autoregressive model for order 1, right? So now as you saw in the previous page, let me just erase the ink, right? So with this equation in mind, it is showing the various variation, because it says this value can be between -1 to +1. So when phi1 is equal to 0, it is equivalent to a white noise series, right? So let us say if this term is 0, so what happens? This entire term gets vanished. So the thing that we have is yt is equal to c plus e of t, right? So now let us see what was the white noise we had studied in the previous class. See, this was the white noise, c plus e of t. Fine. And when it says when psi1 is equal to 1, yt is equal to a random walk series. Now let us see what is a random walk. So the random walk says yt is the lagged version plus the error term. So now let us see, when psi1 is equal to 1, what happens? This becomes 1. So this becomes c plus yt minus 1 plus e of t, right? Since E of t is a constant and this again is a constant, right, we can combine these together and just we can write in the form of Et, right? C plus Et is same as Et, right? A new constant. And if you see, then these two become the same model. And random walk, basically it's a non-stationary model, right? So basically, hence we keep phi1 in between -1 and 1, right? So this is the logic behind the values of psi1 range, right? So model below is an MA model, so we will just see in the next class, right? So let us see an autoregressive. So this is basically a time series plot for AR1. So this is a data series. So you can see here, this is kind of a stationary data series, right? So I can draw the mean from here, and you can see that roughly the mean stays roughly constant, and also the variance, right? So now you can see for the AR function, right? So autocorrelation, you can see it is as a significant value at 1. All other values fall within the 95%, right? Similarly, for partial autocorrelation, there is only one significant marker on the partial autocorrelation graph at the value 1, right? So the ACF and PCF can be used to identify an AR1 model. So you can see the autocorrelation decay exponentially, right? So you can see this autocorrelation is decreasing exponentially. If you see this, if you plot this, you can see it is decreasing exponentially. Similarly, in case of this one, it decays exponentially, Of course, there is a little pattern that is being observed here, but still the decay is kind of exponential, right? And there is a signal significant partial autocorrelation. So you can see from this particular graph, there is a single autocorrelation which is significant. All others are within the 95% interval, making them as statistically insignificant, right? So this was about the AR1 model, right? We stop at this lecture, and next lecture we will see the moving average model.